Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are staying safe. As we have been learning the subject economics, we have completed two classes. This is our third class, and in the previous class we have seen the scope of economics, its subject matter, and also we have seen economics is an art and a science. Economics, positive science and normative science. We have covered this topic in the last class. Today we will be continuing this lesson. Page number 7. Page number 7. Basic concept in economics. So under this we are going to cover 8 topics. Okay, goods and services, utility, price, market, cost, revenue, equilibrium and income. Okay, these 8 topics today we are going to see in this video. So let's move on. Book page number 7. Basic concepts in economics. Have you all opened your book to page number 7? Okay, let's read out. Like other sciences, economics also has concepts to explain its theories. Okay, like other subjects like sciences, economics also has concept, means ideas or basic principles to explain its theories. A complete and clear grasp of their meaning is necessary when the theories associated with them are studied. So it is important to understand the meaning of all the concept is necessary if you are studying a topic like economics. Okay, only a preliminary acquaintance is now attempted here. That means here they have given the important concept. That means more important concept to understand the subject economics. Okay, so first one, goods and services. Both goods and services satisfy human wants. In economics, the term goods implies the term services also, unless specified otherwise. So both goods and, what is meant by goods? பொருட்கள், services, சேவைகள். Okay, so பணிகள், the work. Both goods and services satisfy human wants. Okay, மனித தேவைகளை பூர்த்தி செய்யக்கூடிய பொருட்கள் தான் goods. Goods also called products, commodities, things, etc. So the other name of the goods are called products, commodities, things, etc. As material things, they are tangible. So goods are as a material things, they are tangible. That means goods that can be clearly seen to exist. Okay, that பொருட்கள் அப்படின்னா நம்ம கண்டு தொட்டு உணரலாம். மெட்டீரியல் திங்ஸை நம்ம பார்க்கலாம், அது தொட்டு உணரலாம். ஆல் ஆர் கால்ட் திங்ஸ். Have physical dimension. Example, their physical attributes can be preserved over time. So it has some physical dimension. எல்லா பொருட்களுக்கும் ஒரு உருவம் இருக்கும். If you take a laptop, it has a shape and thing, or a phone or a book or the chair, table, these are called goods and it has some shape, right? Physical dimension. And this physical, அதோட தன்மைக்கேற்ப அது வந்து பாதுகாக்கப்படும். Exist independently of their owner. Okay, it அதை உருவாக்கினவர்கிட்ட இருந்து அது வந்து தனிப்பட்ட ஒரு பொருளாகவே இருக்கும். இட் எக்ஸிஸ்ட் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட்லி, தனியாக அது வந்து அந்த ஓனர் கிட்ட இருந்து அதை பிரித்திருக்கலாம். are owned by some persons, அது வந்து சில நபர்களுக்கு மட்டும் சொந்தமானது, or transferable, we can move goods from one place to another place, have value in exchange. So if you want to exchange, it has some value. So there is a good called laptop, if you want to exchange, it has some value, right? So goods are tangible, that means we can see, we can touch, we can feel it, and it has some physical dimension, it exists independently of their owner, they are owned by some persons and are transferable, it can transfer to one place to another place, and have value in exchange, it has value. Next, kinds of goods and services. First one, free and economic goods. So there are certain kinds are given here. First one is free and economic goods. Free goods are available in nature and in abundance. That means free goods means it is available in nature. இயற்கையாகவே மனிதர்களுக்காக உருவாக்கப்பட்ட, அதாவது இந்த உலகத்திலே இருக்கக்கூடிய பொருட்கள் தான் free goods. Man does not need to incur any expenditure to own or use them. Okay, man no need to pay or give anything to use these kind of free goods. For example, air and sunshine. Okay, air and sunshine are free goods that we receive from this earth. Water was also an example in the past, but at present it has exchange value, so it is not a free good. So before air, sunshine, water is also called as free goods, but nowadays we spend money to buy drinking water and all. So water has exchange value, so it is not anymore a free good. And then next page number 8. Milton Friedman, a Nobel laureate, that means a Nobel award winner, popularizes a saying, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Okay, so he says there is no இலவசம் அப்படின்ற ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து இந்த உலகத்துல இல்லவே இல்லை. He means that it is impossible to get something for nothing. அப்படின்னா ஒன்றை இழக்காம ஒன்றை பெறுவது வந்து சாத்தியமே இல்லை அப்படின்றாரு. Even those offered free always cost a person or the society as a whole. It cost, however, is hidden. It is an externally, someone can benefit from an externally or from public good, but someone else has to pay the cost of producing these benefits. In economics, it refers to opportunity cost. Okay, so here he explains there is nothing called free. Okay, free in இந்த உலகத்துல கொடுக்கிறது எதுவுமே கிடையாது. Even if they say free, it costs, always it cost a person or a society whole. இப்போ அல்லது எப்பவாவது நம்ம வந்து அதுக்கு வந்து ஒன்று பே பண்ணியே ஆகணும். ஸோ சம்டைம்ஸ் இந்த கவர்மெண்ட் and all we get some free goods, right? But in another way we pay tax for the government, so there is nothing called free. We pay in or another way to the government, and it is called opportunity cost. Next, public and private goods. Public goods, a good available to everyone to consume regardless of who pays and who doesn't. Okay, and it has spillover benefits, non-rival in consumption and non-excludable. Example, national defense, law enforcement. So public goods is, it is available for everyone to consume. Okay, it is not for an individual person, it is for everyone, and we no need to pay for them. And also it is a pure public goods. Okay, ஒரு போட்டி இல்லாம நம்ம அதுல இருந்து யாரையும் வந்து விலக்கிட முடியாது, அனைவருக்கும் அதுல பங்கு பெற உரிமை உண்டு. எக்ஸாம்பிள், நேஷனல் டிஃபென்ஸ் அண்ட் லா என்ஃபோர்ஸ்மெண்ட். நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் பிரைவேட் குட்ஸ். A good consumed by a single person or household. Okay, it is the goods which is consumed get by a single person, individual person. No spillover benefits, rival in consumption or excludable, example food and drink. On the other hand, economic goods are not available in plenty, they are scarce in supply. Man has to spend money to own or use them. Okay, so mostly all of the economic goods are not available in plenty. Okay, so if you want them, you have to spend money. ஏதாவது ஒரு பொருள் வாங்கணும்னா நீங்க வந்து காசு கொடுத்து தான் வாங்கணும். There is nothing called free in economic goods. Next topic, same page number 8, consumer goods and capital goods. So what is meant by consumer goods? It is directly satisfy human wants, example TV, furniture, automobile, etc. So consumer goods means the finished product. Okay, எல்லாம் செஞ்சு நம்ம கையில finished கிடைக்க பொருட்கள், லேப்டாப், camera, TV, furniture, all the wooden things which is finished product. Okay, next, capital goods are also called producers goods. Don't directly satisfy the consumer wants, they help to produce consumer goods. For example, machines do not directly satisfy the consumers, but in factories the manufacturers need them. So capital goods means it helps to produce another good. Okay, so for example, any metal, if there is a car, it is a finished product. நம்ம கண்ணுல தெரியிறது அந்த finished product, but inside the car the metal and all they use, no, so that metals, the raw materials are called capital goods. They don't directly satisfy the consumer want. இப்போ சும்மா தகரமா இருக்கிறது அல்லது ஒரு மெட்டல் இருக்குன்னா அது நமக்கு எந்த யூஸுமே கிடையாது. அது வந்து ஏதாவது ஒரு ப்ராடக்டா, நம்ம ஃபினிஷ்டு ப்ராடக்டா, கன்சியூமர் குட்ஸா நம்ம அதை அதை ஃபினிஷ் பண்ணாதான் அது நமக்கு வந்து ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். அதர்வைஸ் இட் இஸ் கால்ட் கேபிட்டல் குட்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ மெஷின்ஸ் டு நாட் டைரக்ட்லி சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை த கன்சியூமர். பெரிய பெரிய கம்பெனிகள்ல இருக்க மெஷின்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம கன்சியூமர் நமக்கு தேவை கிடையாது, பட் இந்த ஃபேக்டரிஸ் it is needed for them. So big machineries are the examples of capital goods. Next, perishable goods and durable goods. So perishable goods means which easily spoil. Okay, perishable goods are short lived, their lifespan is limited. For example, fish, fruits, flowers, etc. They do not have a long life. Okay, so perishable goods means the goods which like to spoil easily spoil goods, and it is unsafe to consume if we are not kept in the fridge. Okay, so சீக்கிரம் கெட்டு போகிற பொருட்கள் வந்து perishable goods. Durable goods and semi-durable goods have a little longer lifetime than the perishable goods. For example, a table, a chair, etc. Okay, so typically these goods are bit more expensive because they tend to last for long period of time. கொஞ்ச நாள் ஒரு 3 years 5 years அந்த மாதிரி உழைக்கக்கூடிய பொருட்கள் வந்து durable goods. That is all about goods. Now let's move on to next page, page number 9. Services. So along with goods, services are produced and consumed. They are generally possess the following. So like goods, நம்முடைய கண்களுக்கு புலப்படக்கூடிய அந்த பொருட்களை மாதிரியே services, பணிகள், okay, சேவைகள், பணிகள் also it produced and consumed. அவையும் உருவாக்கப்பட்டு நுகரப்படுகின்றன. They are generally possessed the following. First one is intangible. Intangible means things. Intangible things are not physical object but exist in connection to other things. For example, brand image, goodwill, etc. So intangible means the things we cannot புலனாகா பொருட்கள். Okay, we cannot touch, we cannot see, but we can feel it. So for example, brand image and goodwill. Okay, it has ஏதாவது ஒரு பிராண்டுனா அந்த பிராண்டோட ஒரு இமேஜ், அண்ட் ஒரு ஷாப்புனா அந்த ஷாப்போட ஒரு குட்வில் நற்பெயர், இதெல்லாம் வந்து நமக்கு வந்து நம்ம அது வந்து உணரக்கூடிய, அது தொட்டு உணர முடியாது, பட் we can feel. But today the intangible things are converted and stored into tangible items, such as recording a music piece into a pen drive. They are marketed as goods. So but there are some exemption cases are there, like recording the music is it goods? No, it is a service. Okay, அது வந்து நம்ம வந்து people use music to gain money and all. So that one they will store and they will take it in the pen drive and they will sell for a good value. So music is a service, we cannot see it, we cannot touch it, but we can feel it. Okay, these all called services. Next, heterogeneous services vary across regions or cultural backgrounds. They can be grouped on the basis of quality standards. A single type service yields multiple experiences, for example music, consulting, physicians, etc. So heterogeneous means consisting of different kinds of people or things. So these services may differ across the regions or the cultural backgrounds. They can be grouped in the basic of quality standard. அதோட தன்மையை பொறுத்து அது வந்து கேட்டகரைஸ் ஆயிருக்கும். அண்ட் சிங்கிள் டைப் சர்வீஸ், ஒவ்வொரு பணிக்கு பலதரப்பட்ட அனுபவம் வந்து இருக்கலாம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் மியூசிக், இஃப் யூ ஹியர் மியூசிக் இட் கிவ்ஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃபீலிங்ஸ் டு ஈச் அதர். அண்ட் த கன்சல்டிங் physicians, so the consulting according to the patients, the doctor may give the medicines. Next, inseparable from their makers. We cannot separate the service from the owner. Okay, services are inextricably connected to their makers. For example, labor and laborer are inseparable. So it is impossible to separate the owner and the service that he gives. So for example, ஒரு உழைப்பாளர்கிட்ட இருந்து அவங்களோட உழைப்பை வந்து நம்ம வந்து பிரிக்க முடியாது. So the உழைப்பு is the labor is called service. Perishable service cannot be stored as inventories like assets. For example, it is useless to possess a ticket for a cricket match. Once the match is over, it cannot be stored and it has no value in exchange. Okay, so perishable, that means we cannot store, like other goods we cannot store these services. So if we get a service like we watch a cricket, for that we just get a ticket, right? After the match the service also stopped and we cannot use the ticket anymore. Okay, so that's all for these services. We'll move to next topic, utility. Page number 9 itself, utility. Meaning, utility means usefulness. So utility na பயன்பாடு. So something useful or designed to use. In economics, utility is the want satisfying power of a commodity or a service. So utility is a want that satisfying power of a commodity or a service. மனித விருப்பத்தை நிறைவு செய்யக்கூடிய அந்த பொருட்கள் தான் utility. It is in the goods and services for an individual consumer at a particular time and at a particular place. So ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட காலத்துல குறிப்பிட்ட நேரத்துல மனித தேவைக்கேற்ப அவனுக்கு கிடைக்கக்கூடிய பொருட்கள் தான் utility. Next, characteristics of utility. Let's see first 2 points. Utility is psychological. it depends on the consumer's mental attitude. For example, a vegetarian derives no utility from mutton. Okay, so utility is psychological. It differs from person to person. Overall tendu adu vandu மாறுபடும். It depends on the consumer's mental attitude. இந்த டைம்ல அவங்களுக்கு என்ன தோணுதோ, so today we might feel to eat fish or chicken or non-veg, okay, but tomorrow we may not need to eat it. So it is according to the mental attitude of the consumer. And here they have given an example: a vegetarian derives no utility from mutton. Okay, a vegetarian, he will never buy a mutton, so there is no utility. அந்த மட்டன்ல இருந்து அவனுக்கு எந்த பயன்பாடுமே கிடைக்காது. Next, utility is not equivalent to usefulness. For example, a smoker derives utility from a cigarette, but his health gets affected. So another characteristic of utility is utility means the ability to satisfy a want. Okay, ஒரு மனிதனுடைய தேவையை நிறைவேற்றதான் இருக்கும். But a commodity may have the utility, but it may not be useful to the consumer. அவனுக்கு ஒரு பொருள்ல இருந்து அந்த பயன்பாடு கிடைக்கலாம், பட் அது அவனுக்கு உதவிகரமா இருக்கணும்ன்ற அவசியம் வந்து இல்லை. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், a smoker derives utility from a cigarette. ஒரு சிகரெட்ல இருந்து அவன் வந்து அந்த பயன்பாடை எடுத்துக்கிறான், பட் it is not good for health. Smoking is always injurious to our health. Next, utility is not the same as pleasure. A sick person derives utility from taking a medicine, but definitely it is not providing pleasure. So the commodity, the thing may have utility, but its consumption may not give you pleasure. Okay, அது வந்து உங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷத்தை, எல்லா பொருட்களும் உங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷம் தரணும்னு இல்லை. A sick person, ஒரு உடம்பு சரியில்லாத ஒரு ஆளு, if he is taking a medicine or injection, he is utilizing it, but definitely it is not providing a pleasure. It is not necessary for the patient to get pleasure from the medicine or the injection that he takes. Utility is personal and relative. An individual obtains varied utility from one and the same goods in different situation and places. Okay, so utility of a commodity varies in different situation in relation to time and place. Okay, ஒவ்வொரு இடத்திற்கு ஏற்ப, like Chennai in Tamil Nadu, the summer, the hottest places, no, their need of the products is differ from the people those who stay in Kashmir and all. Okay, so it is depend upon the relation to time and place of the individual who obtains. In some place they need some goods like woolen clothes and all, but here we need cotton clothes. So that is the difference. Utility is fifth one. Utility is the function of the intensity of human want, and individual consumer faces a tendency of diminishing utility. So the more of the thing we have, the less we want. Okay, so if the utility, if we have many more things, we don't need that. Okay, we need only less of that. Sixth and seventh point, utility is a subjective concept. It cannot be measured objectively and it cannot be measured numerically. Okay, அதோட பயன்பாடை நம்ம வந்து எப்போவுமே we cannot measure, நம்ம நியூமெரிக்கால அதை வந்து மெஷர் பண்ணவே முடியாது. Utility has no ethical or moral significance. For example, a cook, next page, derives utility from a knife using which he cuts some vegetables, and a killer wants to stab his enemy by that knife. In economics, a commodity has utility if it is satisfy a human want. Okay, so all the products, they don't have any ethical or moral in the significance. So if there is a knife, with the same knife we can cut vegetable or we can stab ஏதாவது எனிமியை நம்ம அதை வச்சு குத்தணும்னாலும் குத்திக்கலாம். ஓகே, ஸோ அதோட பயன்பாடுக்கு அதுக்கு வந்து அந்த எத்திக்கல் மாரல் இட் டசன்ட் ஹாவ் எனிதிங். It is according to the consumer who use that product. So in economics, a commodity has utility if it is satisfy a human wants. Let's move on to next topic, types of utility. Types of utility. The following are the types of utility. So first one, form utility. An individual consumer obtains utility from a good or service only when it is available in a particular form. Raw materials in their original form may not possess utility for a consumer, but in their changed form, as they become finished products, they provide utility to him. For example, cotton as a raw material may not possess utility for a consumer, but as it gets a new form as a cloth, it yields the consumer utility. So under this topic, the form utility, an individual, if he need a utility from a good or service, it must have a particular form. Okay, ஒரு சரியான வடிவம், ஒரு பொருள் வந்து அதோடைய முடிவுக்குரிய வடிவம் எடுத்தால்தான் அதுல இருந்து நம்ம அந்த பயன்பாடு எடுக்க முடியும். ஸோ த்ரூ த ரா மெட்டீரியல், ஓகே, அந்த ஃபினிஷ்ட் ப்ராடக்டா உருவாகுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கிற அந்த எந்த பொருள் மூலையும் மனிதர்களுக்கு எந்த பயன்பாடுமே கிடையாது. ஸோ the change of the finished products, it provide utility to a human being. And the example, as a raw material cotton, we may not possess utility, but when it is the finished product of the cloth, we yields consumer utility. And the next one, time utility. A sick man derives time utility from blood, not all the time of its donation, but only at the operation time. Okay, for example, when it is used. So a sick man derives time utility from the blood, not at the time of its donation. Okay, so இப்போ நம்ம இங்க டொனேட் பண்றோம்னா உடனே அந்த blood வந்து இன்னொரு ஆளுக்கு தேவை அப்படின்னு இல்லை. அது எப்போ அந்த ஆப்ரேஷன் பண்றாங்களோ, the time is very very important. Utility of time. So here storing, hoarding and preserving certain goods for a over period may leads to time utility. And then place utility. A student derives place utility from a book, not at the place of its publication, that means production center, but only at the place of his education, consumption center. Okay, so this place utility, it is created by transporting goods from one place to another. There is a place where the book is published, right, production center, and as a student we don't go and get from the publication, we just get it from our education center. நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ல இருந்து தான் நமக்கு அந்த புக் எல்லாம் கிடைக்குது. ஸோ நம்மளுடைய அந்த பிளேஸ் ஆஃப் யூட்டிலிட்டி வந்து ஸ்கூல், நாட் த ப்ரொடக்ஷன் ஏரியா. நெக்ஸ்ட், சர்வீஸ் யூட்டிலிட்டி. An individual consumer derives service utility from a service made available at the time when he most needs it. For example, clients obtain service utility from their lawyer, patients derive service utility from the doctor, and so on. So this utility is created in rendering personal services to the customer. Okay, like lawyers, doctors, teacher, bank managers and actors, from them we get the service utility. Next, possession utility. When a student buys a book or dictionary from a bookseller, then only it gives utility. So அந்த புக்கு ஒரு இடத்துல இருக்கிறது வரைக்கும், இந்த ஷாப்ல இருக்கிறது வரைக்கும் there is no utility. So if a student buys and use it, then only it gives utility. Next, knowledge utility. It is the utility derived by having knowledge of a particular thing. Advertisement serves as a source of information on an object. Let's move on to next topic, measurability of utility. Measurability of utility means wants of a person are satisfied by the act of consumption. The consumer derives utility measured in terms of utils. An util is a unit of measurement of utility. An individual pays a price for the unit of the goods equal to the utility derived. Marshall states that utility can be measured indirectly using the measuring rod of money. So utility, it is a psychological concept. Okay, it differs from people to people, and the consumer derives utility. The measured term is utils, and a util is a unit of measurement of a utility. So if an individual pay a price for a unit of goods, it is equal to the utility derived. So ஒரு ஆள் வந்து ஒரு பொருளுக்கு காசு கொடுக்கும்போது அந்த பொருளுக்கு இந்த சேம் வே அதோட பயன்பாட்டுக்குமாக அந்த காசை வந்து அவர் கொடுக்கிறாரு. So here Marshall states that the measuring rod, measurability of utility is money. The measuring rod is money. Okay, so let's move on to next topic, price. In page number 10, price. We are looking under the topic basic concept in economics. We have seen already two topics, goods, services, utility. Now the third one, price. Price means vilai. Price is the value of the good expressed in the terms of money. Okay, price means it is a value of the good, ஒரு பொருளோட விலை, and how it expressed in the terms of money. Price of a good is fixed by the forces of the demand for and the supply of the goods. So how they fix the price? According to the demand. அந்த பொருளோட தேவை மக்கள் கிட்ட எவ்வளோ அதிகமா இருக்கோ அதுக்கு தக்கன அந்த விலையை வந்து ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. Price determines what goods are to be produced and in what quantities. So always this price determines என்ன பொருள் தயாரிக்கணும், அதை எவ்வளோ குவான்டிட்டியில் தயாரிக்கணும். It also decides how the goods are to be produced. Okay, so price is an important thing, and it also decides how the goods are to be produced. Next topic, market. Angadi. Okay, sandai அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். Generally market means a place where commodities are brought and sold. As you know, market place na பொருட்களை வாங்குவதும் விற்பதுமான இடம். But in economics it represents where buyers and sellers enter into an exchange of goods and services over a price. Okay, but in economics la எங்க அந்த buying and sellingன்ற ஒரு விஷயம் நடந்தாலும் it is called market. Next, cost. Cost refers to the expense incurred to produce or acquire a given quantum of a good. So cost refers to expense, செலவினங்கள். Together with revenue, it determines the profit gained or loss incurred by a firm. So this cost with the revenue, okay, வருவாய் செலவினம், இந்த ரெண்டுமே ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியோட ப்ராஃபிட் கெயின் அல்லது லாஸ், லாபமா நட்டமா என்பதை இந்த செலவினங்கள் தான் தீர்மானிக்கும். Let's move on to next topic, page number 11. Next topic, revenue. Revenue means வருவாய். Revenue is income obtained from the sale of goods and services. Okay, so how this revenue income is obtained? It is from the sale of goods and services. ஒரு பொருட்களை அல்லது ஒரு பணியை நம்ம வந்து விற்கும்போது நமக்கு கிடைக்கக்கூடிய வருவாய் தான் ரெவென்யூ. So total revenue, TR, represents the money obtained from the sale of all the units of a goods. Thus TR is equal to P into Q. TR means total revenue, P is price per unit of the good, and Q total quantity of the goods sold. So price per unit of the goods as well as the quantity, total quantity of the goods, which gives the total revenue. Okay. Next topic, equilibrium, stable equilibrium. Professor Stigler states that equilibrium is a position from which there is no net tendency to mu. So எந்த ஒரு மாற்றமில்லாத ஸ்டேபிள் நிலையை அடைவது. ஓகே, எந்த ஒரு மாற்றமும் இல்லாத ஒரு நிலையை அடைவது. Equilibrium means சமநிலை. It is a state in which market supply and the demand balance each other. As a result, price became stable. Okay, so its absence is referred to as disequilibrium. Consumer's equilibrium occurs when he gets maximum satisfaction. The equilibrium of the producer occurs when he gets maximum profit. A resource is in equilibrium when it gets fully employed and gets its maximum payment. Where static equilibrium is based on given and constant prices, quantity, income, technology, population, etc. ஸோ ஒரு கன்சியூமர் எப்போ அவருடைய சமநிலை அடைவார்னா when he gets the maximum satisfaction from the product, and the equilibrium of the producer occurs when he gets the maximum product, maximum profit. ஒரு உற்பத்தியாளருக்கு maximum profit கிடைக்கும்போது he gets the equilibrium, அவர் வந்து அவருடைய சமநிலை அடைகிறார். And then in this picture you can find price and the market. Here is supply and D is demand. So and the supply and the demand, when it goes together, there is a balance of price. Okay, next, particular equilibrium and general equilibrium. An equilibrium when it pertains to a single variable may be called particular equilibrium. An equilibrium, on the other hand, when it relates to numerous variables on even the economy as a whole, may be called general equilibrium. And the next week, income. So basic concept in economics, the last one, income, varumanam. Income represents the amount of monetary or other returns, either earned or unearned, small or big, occurring over a period of time to an economic unit. So this income, it represents the amount of the money or any service that we receive, earned or unearned, small or big, occur over a period of time in economic unit. Nominal income refers to income expressed in terms of money. It is termed as the money income. So பேரளவு வருமானம், that means nominal income, which is in terms of money, காசு மூலம் வரக்கூடிய அந்த வருமானத்தை nominal income, and it is also called money income. Real income is the amount of goods that can be purchased with money as income. So real income சொல்றது amount of goods that can be purchased with the money as income. It is purchasing power of income which is based on rate of inflation. So this income is basically which shows the purchasing power of the individual. Okay students, so we have completed the topic, the basic concepts in economics. So what are the things that we have seen today? Basic concept in economics: goods and services, utility, price, market, cost, revenue, equilibrium, and last, income. Okay, these are the things that we have covered today. Now let's move on to write our classwork. Classwork: write today's date. Part C. In the previous class we have written part B, answer in 1 or 2 lines. This is the paragraph questions in your book, page number 23. You can see, answer the following question in one paragraph. So there are 7 questions. Today we are going to write 3 questions, first 3 questions. Okay. Explain the scarcity definition of economics and assess it. So scarcity definition said by Lionel Robbins published a book, an essay on the nature and significance of economic science. In it, he defined economics is a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Assessment 3 points. Robbins does not make any distinction between goods conducive to human welfare and goods that are not. Economics deals not only with the microeconomic aspect but also with the macroeconomic aspect, like how national income is generated. Robbins reduced economic merely to the theory of resource allocation. Robbins' definition does not cover the theory of economic growth and development. Write it down, write neatly. If you don't get time, just pause the video and write it. So shall we move on to next question? Second question. What are the crucial decisions involved in what to produce? This topic we didn't cover still, but in the next class we will cover. Before that, write this in your classwork note. Okay. Every society must decide on what goods it will produce and how much of these it will produce. So in this process, the crucial decisions include whether to produce more of food, clothing and housing, or to have more luxury goods, whether to have more agricultural goods or to have industrial goods and services, whether to use more resources in education and health or to use more resources in military services, whether to have more consumption goods or to have investment goods, whether to spend more on basic education or higher education. So it is an economic problem, and problem what and how much to produce. Okay. After this, let's move on to next question. Explain different types of economic activities. Microeconomics, macroeconomics, international economics, public economics, development economics, health economics, and environmental economics. So just pause the video and write it down. So types of economic activities. First is microeconomics. It is the branch of economic which deals with the economic decision making of individual economic agents such as the producer, the consumer, etc. Macroeconomics. It is that branch of economics which deals with aggregates and averages of the entire economy such as national output, inflation, unemployment and taxes. International economics. In the modern world, every country is having links with other countries through foreign capital investment and trade. Public economics is also known as public finance, is concerned with the income of revenue raising and expenditure in occurring activities of the public authorities and with the adjustment of one with the other. Development economics. The development economics deals with features of developed nations, obstacles of development, economic and non-economic factors influencing development, various growth models and strategies. Health economics. Health economics covers health indicators, preventive and curative measures, medical research and education, drug price control, maternity and child health, budgetary allocation for health, etc. Next, environmental and economics. Environmental economics is a study of interdisciplinary tools for the problems of ecology, economy and environment. It analyzes the interrelationship between economy and environment. So we'll move on to next. Homework. Study the classworks. Complete the following. In a homework note, write down these fill-ups. In economics, dash is the want, satisfying power of a commodity or a service. Normative service responds to a question like dash. Political economy was renamed as economics in late 19th century by dash. Along with goods, dash are produced and consumed. Dash is the value of good expressed in terms of money. Write down these 5 fill-ups and find out the answer from your book. Till now, the things that we have seen from, I have asked these fill-ups. Okay. So till page number 11. Find out the answers and write it. These 5 are your homework. Before that, you must study your classwork. Okay. And that's all for today. So we have completed 3 classes from the first unit and the remaining parts will be also contains 3 classes. Okay. So thank you all. Take care.